In today's video, we need to talk about what's going on now that Aetherdrift has had its pre-release. How bad are the sales? How much of a disaster is this going to be for stores? Well, stick around because in today's video, we have a lot to talk about. It's time to see where the rubber meets the road and find out if players are actually, really interested in Aetherdrift. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today for another video. And we're discussing Aetherdrift because, of course, we just had the pre-release weekend, and now we get to see kind of how things are going. And I'll be honest, I was a little surprised by some of the information I was getting from stores that dealt with this product and the pre-sale final kind of orders before next week's official launch. Now, the first thing I want to share with you guys is the fact that if you were looking around for this stuff here, at least in locally Toronto, Ontario, Canada, you can see the prices here, and you'll notice something here as we go through, is that everything's available, okay? Everything is available. Even pre-release event kits, $35.40. The pre-release kits are available. Now that is a very big tell right there. That's a big one. Pre-releases in the last couple of years have done very well for most sets. Mirza, Karlov, Manor being the aside, but a lot of these products have done very well. Aetherdrift has tons left over. From the smaller stores to the larger stores, not a lot of people showed up. Yeah, there were certain events sold out at certain locations, absolutely. And depending on where you are and who decided to go, there's going to be some varying numbers. But the overall tale of the take is that it was down about 40% from its traditional amount that we would see at a pre-release. Now, I myself did not get to attend. I was stuck in a snowstorm, as most of you know who went to my live stream, but that's besides the point. I'm one person. Minimox is one person. We still bought them, though. We had paid for them, and we are looking forward to still receiving our cards this weekend when we go to pick them up. Now, here's the thing. This isn't, of course, the only thing. But when you see sales down for pre-orders, sales down for going to pre-release events, sales down for anything from the commander decks, collector boxes, everything down lower. And the interesting thing about the collector boxes, although they are selling well, they're selling a lot less. So yes, stores are selling out, but at the same time, they're not, because they're ordering a lot less. The cash flow is a lot less. So yeah, it's selling well. We sold out. Several stores told me, but they only got 6 boxes. They only had 6. That's it. And they were done. So that's something as well players are going to have to consider whenever somebody tells you things are going well. You have to look at the fine detail. You got to take a look and see what you're talking about. Now, the other thing we want to cover here is when we're looking at things like the Radiant Lotus, the Japanese showcase, that's $1,000. Foil version's $250. Japanese language one is $225, and then there's a whole bunch of other cards. They're all in stock. They are all available. They are ready for you to lay down $1,000 to get that single card that's not on the reserve list, but it could be very hard to come by for a very long time. Depends on what Wizards of the Coast does. Either way, the appetite does not seem to be there for people to shekel out that kind of money to buy these products, to buy these individual cards. This doesn't bode well, does it? This doesn't lead well to the conversation about how well the product is selling, but we're not done yet. Don't worry, folks, we're not done yet. Because here we are taking a look at Fusion Gaming, and you can see this Play Booster box, they have 25 units in stock. Think about the size of some of these stores. Think about how many boxes they move. And to think that a product that is officially not released, they only have 25 units available. It's not like they sold a lot. That's just all they ordered. Bigger stores I know of have ordered a lot less product. So when they do sell out, it still looks pretty good. Like, hey, we sold everything. That's great. But many of these stores, as we've talked about in the last 7-8 months, they're not willing to take the risk on restocking massive amounts of these products. They're not willing to take that chance. Plus, in some cases, smaller stores don't have the capital to expend buying it. Now, let's not forget, Aetherdrift here it's the first time we're getting the 30 packs back. They've lowered the price. This is more affordable, and it's still not doing well. I've also heard complaints about maybe the card quality isn't what they thought it would be. The playing experience just wasn't it. Maybe the Hot Wheels theme isn't going over with the masses. There are individuals who will love it. I don't have a doubt. There are individual amazing cards inside this set. We cannot deny it. But that doesn't mean that the mass appeal for a set is going to translate into big bucks for Wizards of the Coast. Tons of fruitful sales for your local LGS. I think what's going to happen now is it's going to be kind of a quiet dud. There are going to be cards that sell. I'm not saying it's going to end up being a Karlov Manor, but it is really starting to pan out in that direction. When we're sifting through the win-loss columns, it's not looking so good. And a lot of players are realizing that they would rather pick up a few singles than hit up an entire box. Even for a fun drafting night experience, there are other sets that are cheaper and offer 36 packs that are still available at local stores, and that's what players are probably going to end up going with. Either that, or they'll stick to things like the collector boxes, which, although I'm telling you they're selling less overall, they're still selling. And although stores aren't going to restock, you can still get them at bigger stores. You can get them at TCG Player. And yes, the sales are a lot slower. Even on TCG Player, you can see, if you look at sold listings, you can see how much it's slowed down in the last 5 days. It looks almost as if everyone took a line in the sand after seeing the end of all the spoilers, drew the line, and said, okay, what do I want? Okay, I got these, I got those. What's that back there? You want that one? All right, we'll order that one. We'll put them all in one bucket. We'll order those. I just saved so much money not buying this box. What's coming next? Oh, Tarkir. Oh, we got Dragonstorm. We got Final Fantasy. We got Marvel. There's so much better options that could be coming this year. I think I'll keep my powder dry. I don't think a Hot Wheels set is really going to be the set for me. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is all just a prelude to a massive avalanche of sales that is going to happen in the next 5 days. And all these stores are going to sell out, and everyone's going to want to get on this bandwagon and ride the Hot Wheels to the winner's circle. Could be it. Or maybe, this is the end of Wizards of the Coast's cycle of doing these sorts of sets. These whimsical type things where they can get back to doing fantasy. Getting back to some of the stories and lore, I'm hoping. And continuing down a path that leads to a better cohesion in the multiverse of Magic the Gathering. I'm not saying they can't add in the multiverse. I get all that. But you got to make the sets stand out and have enough player appeal that people want to buy them. Because if you don't buy them, you're not going to sell them. If you don't sell them, they get abandoned and you move on. And you hope for a better set. But somewhere down the line, there's going to be an LGS, a distributor holding on to this stuff. And it's not moving. It's just another product sitting on a shelf that we kind of reminisce 5 years from now saying, do you remember how bad that was? Oh, don't be that set, Wizards. Do better. This is bad. It's really bad. And here now, rounding out the end of this video, I can tell you, I had several of my friends take the cards and not even open them. They just shelved them. They didn't bother staying at the pre-release. They just picked up their cards and left. So, yep, I'm supporting my LGS. I bought them. I'm going home with the cards. They said, I just was not interested. I didn't feel the vibe when I got there. It was a half-full event. You know, instead of having 70 people, they had like 23, 24 people. It just didn't seem worth it. I'm going to spend 2.5 hours. I want to have fun. I want to have that experience. And I still want to help my LGS. So I paid for the cards, but I went home. When you hear that enough times, and you hear people say they just weren't feeling it, that tells you something. It's another notation on the wall. It's another tick in the checkbox of, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. And now we get to see what really happens over the next few weeks. There's going to be some hot cards, I'm sure. Can they stick around in my top 10? Are we going to see a lot of these cards appearing in Standard, at least in Commander? Where are they going to be utilized? How well are they going to be used? Or is this just a gimmicky set that's going to fade away into nothingness? You drop some comments. You let me know how you really feel about this set. This is the time we get to talk about it. Thanks again for hanging out. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow with another video. Shop smart, shop S-Smart. Here we are, back in action again. You've made it to the end of the video. You should be proud of yourself. You've sat through the entire thing. You're here, and I've got to say thank you. I've got to recognize that you, like these patrons, is supporting me right now. My Patreon supporters, my YouTube membership members, and the regular viewers who check out every day the content I'm putting out. Thanks again for supporting, and I will see you guys tomorrow, of course, for another video. Welcome back to the end of the video, the ramble jamble section. As much as people want Aetherdrift to be awesome, it's just not. It's not going to hit the right tone with most players who enjoy playing this game. And because of that, it's not going to do well in sales. There will be segments that enjoy it, no doubt about it. There's a few cards I think are just awesome. But that's not going to be enough to carry an entire product line. For the investment that Wizards of the Coast has put into this, you're not going to see a great return on value. And that's okay. These things happen. Time to move on, shovel off the old skin, and move on to the next thing, and hope that the next one gets them back on track. It's like Disney with Marvel right now. A lot of bad movies, a lot of bad things going on, and they've realized, oh yeah, we forgot who our audience are. We got to sell to the right audience. Create products for the right audience. Welcome back. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. It's funny. That's all. I had friends who didn't even go. They just went home. I felt bad. I didn't get to go because of the snowstorm, but they just left.